How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got a collection update. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at all of my classic Dalek figures. So we're going to have a look at ones which I've got boxed, as you can possibly see, and ones we've got loose. Now there is a few loose, but not many. But I think the way we're going to do this best is by doing it in some sort of order. So the order I've got the idea of doing is doing the character options online, which there was one, doing the B&M sets, which you can see there's quite a few, and then doing my loose figures. So my loose figures could be anywhere from B&M sets to online exclusives, all the way back to 2008 when they did a classic figure line as well. So let's start off with the Doctor Who character options exclusive. And that exclusive is in fact the Jungles of Mechanos set. Now this is from the Chase in June 1965. We've got two classic Daleks here, but I've also read, because I've had to do a lot of Googling and research on these figures because I'm not a classic Whovian, but apparently these were in one of the Dalek movies. I don't know which one, but apparently they were in there, but you caught them in a glimpse in the Chase when they were in the jungles. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys who know classic Who. But for me, they're nice looking figures, let's be honest. They look absolutely amazing. I mean, just look at them. In the box, they look great. They look great out the box, apparently. One thing that I really do like is that it's got the plastic windows. So if I did want to, I could slice the tape at the bottom and open it and get it out and show you guys. But unfortunately, I like to keep these boxed. I think they look amazing boxed, and they're easier to store. Look at the B&M sets now, and let's start with History of the Daleks set 1. So this is the first one, it's from the Daleks in 1963. Now these are two drone Daleks. They do have markings on the back like the props did originally. Obviously I've kept this one boxed. The box is a bit battered, to be quite honest, with a rip here, as you can possibly see, just on the top. But yeah, this set was released a few years ago now, and I am very happy to have it. Basically, it gives you a bit on the back about the Daleks and the story. Plastic box, which looks great for collectors. There is amazing artwork on the back. The Daleks do look amazing in box, and I've never opened this set, and I'm happy to say that. What we have got is History of the Daleks set 2. Now, this one is from Dalek Invasion of Earth. I've actually done a video called that, or something like that, on the channel. And these look amazing. Again, obviously the box is a bit beat up on mine again. It was released the same year as the Dalek set 1. Talks a bit about the props and the actual story. So on this, you've got two Dalek models. It just says they were refurbished with bumpers. It doesn't actually say if they're drones or not, so I'm presuming they're both drones. If they're not, please tell me in the comments. I haven't actually opened these, but some of the tape has actually deteriorated away and got cut and caught. Daleks look amazing in the box. They've got the saucer on the back of the one, I can't see on the other, and amazing artwork on the back as well. Now we have got History of the Daleks set 3. We have got actually every single History of the Daleks set released to date. I think most of them are on the channel, and this one is in fact from the Chase. So this goes well with the character options exclusive that was released, and actually the photo on the back is very similar to the original photo on the character options exclusive. Drone Dalek with the new solar system cup shaped lights, and a movie Dalek which was used with the operation card. So there is actually a movie Dalek in here, which I believe is this one here, but obviously they later released the proper movie Daleks from which the scene they saw in the jungle. That we have is set 4. Now this is from the Dalek Master Plan. So in here you have got the Supreme Dalek, which is the black one, and the Silver Drone Dalek with the flame attachment, the flamethrower arm. These look amazing. The Dalek which had the flamethrower arm was previously released. I didn't get that, and apparently the other one was released as well, but I'm not 100% sure. But they do look amazing, and they are beautiful, especially in the enclosed box with the graphic on the back. Next set is History of the Daleks set 5. Now on the back they actually changed how they write about Daleks, but in it we've got 2 Daleks. So in this we have got 2 Daleks. We've got one which has got the scoop on for transferring the baby mutant Daleks from the incubator into the Dalek casing, which replaces the sucker arm. And then we've got a standard drone Dalek. Now, I haven't seen this one either. It's from Power of the Daleks in 1966. The set looks amazing. The whole background looks nice as well. And the Daleks look absolutely beautiful. The reason I don't want to get these Daleks out of the case is because storing them is going to be a lot harder. And in addition to that, they may get damaged, which I've had with other Daleks. And I really, really do not want these to get damaged because I think they just look absolutely beautiful. So the next set we have got is History of the Daleks set 6. Now in this one we have got, I believe it's a Dalek Supreme and a standard drone Dalek once again. Backdrop looks absolutely amazing. On this story was from 1967. There's a bit of a blurb on the back about this, but I haven't actually fully read that. But they do look amazing, these figures do, and I'm really happy to have them in the collection as well as all the other figures. So the next one we have got is from Day of the Daleks. It is History of the Daleks set 7. Now this has got a Supreme Dalek, and I believe it's a normal Genesis style Dalek, but it's just a standard Dalek in this. The story is from 1972, so we've jumped quite a bit in time. I think these Daleks look absolutely amazing, and I'm very proud to have got them. I kind of struggled to get these ones, and now I've got them, I'm happy, but I did have to pay a little bit over the odds on them. Now, the next figure set I've got is actually History of the Daleks set 8 from Planet of the Daleks. Now, this is 2 standard Daleks, but this one is the last of the figures with the actual box. So, as you'll see in the next few figures, they're not actually enclosed as well as they are here, and it's the last with the photo on the back display. But they do look beautiful, as you can see. I mean, on the back, these Daleks do look amazing. They look quite menacing to me. More stealth Daleks compared to the normal Daleks. And that's one thing we've missed in Modern Who. In New Who, we haven't really had any stealth Daleks. We've had the bronze gold Daleks. We've had the black Dalek Sec. We had the progenitor Daleks, which were kind of writ off quite soon. We had the Supreme Dalek in Season 4. And then we've also had Chris Chibnall's redesign of them. But we haven't had any designs like stealth, Supremes, like the gold. We haven't had many of that. We move on to the year which I'm currently filming in, 2022, and we've got History of the Daleks set 9. Now, this one was the start of basically the Daleks being in a bubble box like they used to be back in the day, compared to being in an actual box. Now, this is from the story Planet of the Daleks. We've got an invisible Dalek and a Dalek Supreme. Now, this Supreme Dalek was originally released in 2008, if I am correct, in History of the Daleks set 1. And the invisible one is completely new. The closest we got was one with Tom Baker where it was half spray painted black. But yeah, I mean, the figures do look amazing themselves, as you can see. Unfortunately, there is a standard backdrop, but I think they absolutely look amazing. And with the new window design, you can kind of see, you know, a little bit more at the Daleks, but they're nowhere near as good as the old boxes. Next figure set we have got is History of the Daleks set 10. This is from Death to the Daleks in 1974. Basically, there's 2 standard drones, but the skirts were turned silver with black hemispheres instead of how they were before. I think these look cool. These are the Daleks which I think of a lot, even though I've not really seen History of the Daleks. But I remember walking around Toys R Us when I was a young kid, looking at the Dalek figures, the classic Who figures as well as the modern Who figures, and seeing, I think it was one like this, and that's the colour scheme that stuck in my head, like a gunmetal grey with black hemispheres, ready to basically go out and kill, and that's what I remember the most from when I was a child. I also remember the figures from this set, History of the Daleks 11, the Genesis Daleks. Now you've got 2 drones, they look amazing. The black design on them is just amazing, and they go really well with another set from B&M which was released, and this is the second set of Genesis of the Daleks. Actually, I don't think the first set has been released, just looking through. So to me that means we're going to get another set, if I am correct. So in the next wave we might get Genesis of the Daleks set 1, or it could just be a typo on the sets which have happened in the past. And the next set we've got is the most recent version of History of the Daleks set. It's Destiny of the Daleks. Now these are in a minty green, which they haven't been before. I really do like this design of the Dalek with the minty green. Apparently they were released in a gunmetal grey before, but I just think they look amazing. You get a bit of a blurb on the back as normal, but I just think these Daleks look amazing, and I'm very happy to have them in the collection. Now we move on to the last B&M set we have. Now this was my most recent Doctor Who purchase. Last week you saw I paid way too much for it, but this is the Creation of the Dalek set. Now one thing that makes me happy, as I've already referred to, you've got the box back. It's like completely closed off. You can't actually look into get the Dalek and rip it off. The Davros looks amazing. The Genesis Dalek looks amazing. You can actually remove bits off him, apparently, and he goes really well with the Genesis set that we have already had in History of the Dalek set. I mean, just looking at the photos, they do look amazing. I mean, you've also got the little bits you can plug into the back, like the adapter kits, I believe it was called, or something like that, or power kits. But they look amazing. The Daleks are amazing. I'm really glad to have this in the collection. And I'll look at the loose figures, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with the sound effects Daleks. Now, I'm going to admit, I don't know anything about these Daleks, which I have these sound effects. So if anyone knows, if anyone can find them on the merchandise history, please just put it in the comments below. Put a link in the comments below if you can find it. Anything, I would appreciate it. But these are the two which I've got, which are sound effects Daleks. This is the first one I've got. I don't actually know what Dalek it is. I haven't actually tried to see if it works, thinking about it. I can't even find... Oh, there's the button for it, but I can't remember this being released. I don't know what Dalek it is, but I saw it at a flea market and just instantly wanted to buy it because it's Doctor Who, it's a Dalek. Okay guys, so I apologise, my camera has just died on me. I mean, the battery is completely gone, so unfortunately we're on air filming on my phone. If the quality has changed a hell of a lot, I apologise 1000%. Another one we have got, now this is a standard drone, I believe. Not sure what this story is from. I believe it is the same one from History of the Daleks set 10. Yeah, Death to the Daleks. It's the same Dalek from Death to the Daleks. Very happy to get this one. Standard phaser arms, so it hasn't got the machine gun like the B&M set did have. But yeah, I'm very happy to get this one as well. Actually, this one is the sound effects one. The first one is History of the Daleks set 1. I managed to pick it up all loose. The first one, we have the Supreme Dalek, which has been released in the B&M set, but this is the original one, and there's some quite different parts on it. So the ears are a different colour, the earpieces. The eye stalk on mine is very loose for the Supreme Dalek, but I haven't seen it be loose on the other one, on the new B&M release. But yeah, managed to pick it up for a very cheap price. I think it was £5 at a flea market a couple of years ago, and it's a very rare figure, so I'm very happy that I got that one. The next one I got was a standard drone Dalek. Once again, very happy to get this one. It was re-released in the B&M, so actually I believe it was in the first B&M wave. Looking at it in History of the Daleks set 1 from the Daleks. But yeah, very happy to get it once again. £5 again, still for a Dalek figure. And then I also got a Genesis of the Dalek. Now this one looks a complete different shade of blue to the ones which were previously released with B&M. But this was one of the first ones in 2008, and once again, I think it looks amazing. For £5 for a Dalek off a market, you can't go wrong. The last 3 Daleks we got, we managed to get the History of the Daleks set 2, or whatever it was called, from the same flea market, but it was from 2008. And we've got the gold Supreme Dalek, which was released once again in History of the Daleks set 7 from Day of the Daleks. But once again, £5, can't go wrong, especially when I believe I was 18 or 19, so I was quite young and wasn't really looking on eBay. Another one we have got is the, once again, £5, can't go wrong, another Supreme Dalek. I believe it was just a standard one, but yeah, needs a bit of a repaint on the top. It is kind of messed up on the top. The eye stalk is bent, but for £5 when I was young, you couldn't go wrong with it. The last one, I don't actually know what this one is, but all the parts are loose. It's got the disc on the back, but look at that Dalek. Grey and black skirt with blue hemispheres, a black headpiece. It looks amazing. A thick bumper, and for £5 out of the set, you cannot argue. For the 6 Daleks, the 2 sets, I paid £60 a couple of years ago. The Supreme Dalek alone was more than that. That is it for this week's video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next week for some more Doctor Who content. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got an unboxing. It's a mystery box. It's Deborah Waters.